The irony of your position is staggering to me.
In what respect?
Well, here you are, you know, on death row, fighting for your life, literally. Even your personal freedom to scratch your back is severely limited. You're shackled. You're in this high-tech horror, you know, show that, you know, I mean, folks passing on the road shiver. Imagine being hit it, you know, cut off, your life controlled by aliens, you know, who are hostile to you, I imagine, for the most part.
You read about that.
Yet, your words, your thoughts, someone's interpretation of your words and thoughts are very powerful and reach many millions around the world. Somehow, your case has been a catalyst for them. It's stimulated them. I believe that it's because you're political, and that's what makes a difference. You know, you are a victim, but you're not just a victim, you're political. And I believe people are hungry, you know, for some kind of leadership, you know, something that smells like leadership, you know, that they can hold on to. What is your message to your supporters? What is your answer to this problem, this crisis? How can people keep together?
Of course, there are some things that I don't know the answer to. I don't know why certain things happen, but I have some insights and impressions why they do. In Moore's founder, John Africa, teaches that when you're committed to doing that which is right, the power of righteousness will never be treasured. That is your standard by which you do all that you do. You say, is it right? And if it's right, you go forward, no matter what the opposition, no matter what walls stand before you. That has been my personal motivating force. I think that some young people are touched by the revelation that when I was their age, when I was 14, 15, 16, I was involved in a movement that they now know no longer exists. And I know that not just based on what I've read or what I've felt or what others have reported to me. I know that intimately, personally, because I've met young guys coming to death row, and I mean about as apolitical as a lemon, come up to me and say, hey, old head. I'm like, man, who they talking to? Yeah. Hey, Grandpa, my mother, my grandmama told me about Black Panthers. What's up with that? You know, and I've met people whose parents were in the Black Panther Party, and they tried to talk to their children when they were out on the street, but they didn't listen. Now they come here, they're on death row, and they're finding out about it. I give them a book or talk to them, or, you know what I mean, send them some information. And I think that same thing happens because right now, not just in Africa, America, but in America, period, the young people in America are in an extreme state of alienation. They are, for all intents and purposes, the enemy of the state. They don't see any future for them other than working for McDonald's, flipping burgers, working at the video store. I mean, come on. There is no promise for them. Unlike even our generation when we were kids, where there were, for all intents and purposes, endless promises.
Right. I know what you mean.
Even unfulfilled, but endless promises. I mean, I remember when I was a young man, I got fired from quite a few jobs for running my mouth and talking about stuff that I wasn't supposed to talk about, but I never had a problem getting a job. Well, a young man my age, that was my age now, would have that problem with that first job. The economy has been transformed. So in the face of that alienation, you see, they look back and they see the history of a party like the Black Panther Party. And they're attracted to that militant standard and example. because they don't see it presently. They can see X-Panthers. Some of them. They can't see Geronimo because he's been in that hellhole in California for so many years. They can't see Dr. Mutulu Shakur because he's been in that hellhole in California for so many years. But more importantly, they don't see that continuing reality. And they do not hear a voice that speaks truth to power. It talks about their oppressed, repressed, dogged reality. And I try to do that in some ways. And I think that because they hear from this old man, someone who speaks the truth about what they're looking at, they hear, they respond, and they come. And they know, based on their reality right there, they know it ain't easy for them, and they know it ain't easy for me. But they know it's right. You see. And although when they hear about this 14 and 15-year-old kid who's a Black Panther, and that opens the door to the MOVE organization, and they find out the kind of unholy repression that has been visited on the MOVE organization. You know, August 8th confrontation, the May 13th mass murder and massacre. Well, they find out something that they didn't read about in their history books. You know, that they didn't learn in so-called Black study class. And they find a new reality about what it means to be an African American in America, speaking one's truth to power. To take another question that you posed about where does this movement go from here, God knows. You know, I'm fighting every day, not just for my freedom, not just for my liberation, but for all of our liberation. Unabashedly, I fight for revolution because I think revolution is the only solution. I'm not shy about using that word. Am I conscious about what I say? I am more conscious about what I say. I can't help but be. I'd be faking it. I say, oh no, I say the same. No, I think about it. Because I don't want a young person or even an old person to be misled, because it's dangerous out there. But I know this, that in the old days, Dr. Huey Newton said, the spirit of the people is more powerful than the man's technology. And when people recognize their power, the power to say no, the power to say enough, the power to say, well, damn it, let's get together and change this thing, then anything is possible. If that message gets out there to kids, to young adults thinking about their tomorrow, then it don't matter what they do to me, they ain't stopped me. Because revolution is my religion.
Mumia Abu-Jamal's life is valuable to all human life. Mumia Abu-Jamal's life is valuable to this earth. Mumia Abu-Jamal's wisdom, his knowledge is valuable to our offspring, to the young, to the unborn. We got to free Mumia Abu-Jamal, brick by brick, wall by wall. We have to free Mumia Abu-Jamal. Let's send a message May 17th.